2026 is the 250th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence, of the birth of the United States of America. Revolution Untold uncovers the overlooked stories of the cradle of democracy, of the people that shaped a nation in Williamsburg, Virginia. The past is not complete until all its voices are heard. This is Revolution Untold.
Anthony Roberts is my sixth great-grandfather. He was an African-American man who served during the Revolutionary War. He was 50 years old when he joined the Continental Army as a wagoner, carrying supplies and hope through a war that didn't yet promise freedom for people like him. His courage became more than just a moment in history. It became a legacy of service that still lives on through his descendants today.
This is my story, a story of strength, sacrifice, and generations inspired by one man's belief in something greater than himself. I was 50 years old when I took up the task. Too old to fight, they said. But history remembers courage, not age. I enlisted in 1777. I was discharged in 1783, just 6 years. This is where my legacy begins.
Anthony served as a wagoner, one of the most critical support roles in the Continental Army. He may not have held a musket, but his bravery was tested every day on dangerous roads, facing enemy threats, harsh weather, and limited protection.
Being a wagoner was far from safe. Every journey meant braving dangerous roads, enemy threats, harsh weather, and little protection. I transported ammunition, weapons, food, and medical supplies to the front lines. Imagine the courage it took to drive a wagon through enemy territory, knowing that every supply run could be your last.
He was a lifeline for those on the front lines, ensuring that hope and resources kept moving forward. Wagoners were sometimes joined by women and children as camp followers, forming a people's army that included civilians as well as soldiers. Their presence expands our understanding of who contributed to the revolution's success. I think they hoped their struggle would plant the roots of equality, that one day their children's children would live in a nation that truly valued their humanity. Even if they didn't see that day, their bravery made it possible for us to keep reaching for it. And we have. Anthony's story reminds us that the fight for freedom was not just waged with weapons, but with determination and service in every form. He represents thousands of African Americans who contributed to a freedom they were not yet promised. Many never had their names written in the history books, yet their impact built the foundation of this country.
At the time of the Revolution, about 500,000 African Americans lived in the colonies, most of them enslaved. Yet thousands, both free and enslaved, served in the Patriot cause as soldiers, sailors, laborers, and wagoners. Some estimates suggest that up to 8,000 black men served in the Continental Army, with many more in support roles in both integrated and segregated units.
His story is proof that courage can create legacy. He didn't just help win a war. He planted a seed of resilience that has grown through generations. Today, we speak his name. We honor his service. We continue the legacy he began at 50 years old, a legacy of strength, purpose, and hope. It reminds me to lead with purpose, to serve even when it's hard, and to believe that what I do now will matter for those who come after me. His courage pushes me to keep striving for the freedom and justice he dreamed of.
Every generation carries the story forward, proving that remembrance is not just looking back, it's moving forward with gratitude. Remember me not for what I carried, but for what I believed in.
By honoring Anthony Roberts, we honor all those whose names may be lost to history, but whose service shaped the nation. His life is a testament to the resilience and hope of Black Americans who, despite overwhelming odds, helped build a country that did not yet guarantee their rights. Their stories challenge us to remember that the promise of liberty must be extended to all and that the work of justice is ongoing.
By sharing these stories, we remember more fully, understand more clearly, and expand the story of the American Revolution. Revolution Untold is generously supported by the Williamsburg 250 Commission, William and Mary Strategic Cultural Partnerships, and the Society of 1918 at William and Mary, and is made possible in part by a grant from VA 250 Commission in partnership with Virginia Humanities.